This is a digital SAT reading and writing practice test, 10 questions. Subtopic is expression of ideas and standard English conventions. It's an advanced level test, and let's see what we've got. In discussing Mary Shelley's 1818 epistolary novel, Frankenstein, literary theorist Gayatri Spivak directs the reader's attention to the character of Margaret Saville. As Spivak points out, Saville is not the protagonist of Shelley's blank as the recipient of the letters that frame the book's narratives. She's the occasion of it. Saville's not the protagonist of Shelley's something. Okay, well, let's see what we've got. Oh, I see. Well, it's the word novel. It may be rather, and maybe some punctuation. Saville's not the protagonist of Shelley's novel. Comma. I'm not sure a comma is strong enough there. Saville is not the protagonist of Shelley's novel. Semicolon. Rather as the, it's two separate sentences, really. And I don't think a comma is a strong enough separator there, so I would go with the semicolon. While researching a topic, a student has taken the following notes. Okay. I don't recommend reading the note on these kind of questions. The student wants to emphasize a similarity between osmobiosis and anhydrobiosis in tardigrades. I don't know what any of those words mean. Well, some of them I do. Just not the three that seem the most important. Which choice most effectively uses relevant information to accomplish the goal? Okay, so we want a similarity between this and this in tardigrades. All right, tardigrades, let's go. A, tardigrades, near microscopic animals found worldwide, can survive extreme conditions by okay, well, that one doesn't mention osmobiosis or anhydrobiosis, so let's eliminate A. B, osmobiosis and anhydrobiosis are both forms of tardigrade cryptobiosis that are triggered by extremely salty conditions in the tardigrade environment. That actually sounds like it could be true. I mean, that actually sounds like it could be correct, except for the fact that anhydrobiosis, just the form of the word, suggests that something is happening as a result of a lack of water, lack of like anhydro, a lack of water. We have to check the notes after all. C, while anhydrobiosis occurs in response to extreme dryness, that's what it sounds like. Anhydrobiosis, extreme dryness, okay. Osmobiosis is a response to extreme salinity. Right, but we're trying to emphasize similarities, not differences. D, though triggered by different environmental conditions, both anhydrobiosis and osmobiosis entail the tardigrade entering a state of suspended metabolic activity and forming a ton. So we got to see what anhydrobiosis is. I don't think it's triggered by salty conditions, though. Anhydrobiosis is triggered by very dry conditions. So we can't go with B. We got to go with D. When one looks at the dark, craggy vistas in Hitoshi Fugo's evocative photo series, one's mind might wander off to the cratered surfaces of faraway planets. Blank, it's the series title, Flying frying pan that brings one back to earth, reminding the viewer that each photo is actually a close-up of a frying pan. What is the most logical transition? Alternatively, no. Consequently, no. Because, well, let's see. Alternatively, no, it's not an the title is not an alternative to anything. Ultimately, it's the series title. Additionally, yeah, the only one that makes sense is C. All right. Which choice completes the text so it conforms to the conventions of standard English? Some form of the verb juxtapose. So, South African artist Gerard Sokoto, recognized for his contributions to urban black art and social realism, based his 1947 painting Song of the Pick on a photograph from the 1930s of black laborers working under the supervision of a white foreman. Completed just before his self-imposed exile to Paris, the work Blank, the power and unity of the laborers with the diminished presence of the foreman, an effect that evinces Sokoto's command of line and color. Okay. Has juxtaposed doesn't make sense. Was juxtaposing doesn't make sense. Juxtaposed and juxtaposes. I mean, past tense isn't completely out of line. Let's see. He based his photo, the work juxtaposed, but in that sentence, this is present tense. It's present tense. So I think we got to go with present tense, right? What is the first sentence again? He based the painting. Now that's past tense. But I think in the second sentence we gotta match the tenses of the verb present tense. So let's go D. All right, we need a transition here. During the Renaissance, artists like Da Vinci and Michelangelo revolutionized the world of art with their innovative techniques, such as the use of detailed anatomical sketches and the application of perspective, which brought unprecedented accuracy and depth to their works. Blank, in the field of science, contemporaneous figures such as Galileo and Newton transformed scientific inquiry with their pioneering methods of observation and experimentation, leading to discoveries in physics, mathematics, and astronomy that reshaped our understanding of the natural world and how to study it. All right, what's the transition? For instance, it's not a for instance, it's actually a completely different topic. To demonstrate, again, different topic. Despite this, no. Similarly, yeah. So this happened in the world of art. Similarly, this happened in the world of science. So let's go D. All right, which choice completes the text so it conforms to the conventions of standard English? It's going to be the word plant with maybe the word who and some kind of punctuation. While species in the sunflower family typically present radial symmetry, where each petal grows in virtually identical form from a central axis, Hong Ma, a prominent researcher in the reproductive development and evolution of plants, led a study that indicated bilateral symmetry has emerged has emerged in some sunflower plants through convergent evolution. Well, we can't put who in there because then we've just got an incomplete sentence. You know, a person's name who led a study, but then you can't just end the sentence with that. So let's eliminate A and B, and notice here after the name is a dash, which sets off some additional information about the researcher and really should be matched with a concluding dash, which exists here in D. All right, which choice completes the text so that it conforms to the conventions of standard English, some form of the verb focus? 10 of William Shakespeare's plays are classified as histories. Although each one of these plays, which include Henry V and Richard III, blank on a single historical figure, specifically an English king, some such as Henry VI, Part 1, and Henry VI, Part 2, feature different episodes from the same monarch's life. Although each one of these plays focuses, A sounds good. Although each one of these plays focus, no. No. Because each one, the subject is singular. So focus is good. Focus is not good. Each one are focused. Again, that's plural. And we're talking about, no, it's got to be a singular verb. Each one were focused. No, again, that's plural. The only thing that works here is focuses. While researching topics, student has taken the following notes. As always, we skip the notes. The student wants to make and support a generalization about the Alta conflict. All right, make and support a generalization. All right, I'll start with A. Sami rights to lands, waters, and resources received international attention and legal protections. Okay, there's no generalization there. During the Alta conflict, Sami activists staged protests to block the construction of a dam. Again, there's no generalization there. Although the dam that the Sami activists had protested was ultimately built, the Alta conflict had a lasting impact. Well, it does have a generalization that the conflict had a lasting impact, but the rest of the sentence doesn't support it. It's sort of, it's a sort of in spite of thing. So let's go to D. The Alta conflict had a lasting impact. Okay, generalization. Resulting in international attention and legal protections for Sami rights to lands, waters, and resources. Okay, well, that's a generalization and support for the generalization. So let's go with D. All right, the question is going to ask us to complete the text with the words common and in and possibly some punctuation. People who experience chromesthesia report seeing different colors and shapes when they hear different sounds. Interestingly, studies have identified two groups of people that chromesthesia is particularly common in: musicians and composers. Okay, well, A looks good, actually. Common in, colon, and colon is usually announcing, here comes some additional information. Two groups of people that it's particularly common in. And here it is, musicians and composers. All right. Studies have particularly common in, what? Studies, no, that's just a run-on, B. Chromesthesia is particularly common, period, and then a capital N. And no, again, you've just got a sentence fragment there. What is D? Is that a semicolon? Yeah, that's completely wrong. Again, a semicolon needs a complete sentence on either side of it, so A is the way to go here. Okay, this question is asking us for a logical transition. In 1815, while in exile in Jamaica, Venezuelan revolutionary Simón Bolívar penned a letter praising England's Republican government and expressing hope that Latin American nations seeking independence from Spain might achieve something similar. The letter was addressed to a local merchant, Henry Cullen. Blank, though, Bolivar's goal was to persuade political leaders from England and Europe to support his cause. Well, what do we have here? Additionally, though, well, okay, it's possible. It seems like maybe we could do better. Ultimately is better, because sending the letter to Henry Cullen is probably not going to accomplish anything. So then to say additionally, as though it were going to accomplish something, is not as good as saying, yeah, he sent it to Cullen. Ultimately, though, he was, targeting a larger audience. Accordingly, no. Consequently, no. All right, so let's go B. All right, 10 out of 10. 0 skills. Yeah, actually, if you look at the whole thing, it's like leveled up 0 skills. So, don't get the wrong idea. Anyway, that is what? That is the end of the advanced test on expression of ideas and standard English conventions for digital SAT reading and writing. Hope you enjoyed it. Please feel free to like, subscribe, comment, and see you next time.